Here we are in the cab of the big boy locomotive in St. Louis. This is the cab of a typical large modern steam locomotive built after 1930. This was built in 1941 by the American Locomotive Company. It's a big boy designed to pull over 3,600 ton trains, about 70 cars, unassisted on 1.14% grades. It was retired in May 1961. It's number 4006. It had 1,064,625 miles when retired by the Union Pacific, the most of any big boy. Here is the firebox. And behind us is the coal tender. Okay, it's the train warning whistle, the conductor's signal whistle. Here's the whistle. It's the cab signals, so they would know what the indications were up ahead, because it's a very long boiler to be staring down. This is the throttle. I'm pushing it back, pulling it forward. Here is the headlight switch. It's the reverse handle. This is the sander control. The reverse lever. The independent brake. The automatic brake valve. This is the intermediaries injector for injecting water. This is the boiler pressure gauge. It's a defroster. The whistle is right here. You wouldn't pull it up here. You would actually have a thing that would be tied off so that you could toot it. These are water cocks to inject water in and out of the different cylinders and in and out of the firebox to keep the fire going. This is the water column and gauges. It's the water column. You always want to make sure there's water in here, otherwise you could have a boiler explosion. It's the firebox and boiler. The firebox is 8 foot and 3/16 wide, it's basically almost 20 feet long inside, with a grate of 150 square feet. The boiler's outside diameter is almost 9 feet, and the steel is 1 3/8 inches thick. 1 foot. Okay, it's that. It operates at 300 pounds square inches of steam pressure. It has 5 safety valves. It has 259 tubes and flues, each 22 feet long, that carry hot gases through the fire into the smoke box. The smoke box is where the smokestack would be, and that you have to have a good clean fire with water to have a good draft. It could evaporate over 109,000 pounds of water per hour. The firebox and boiler are 51 feet and 2 inches long. The smoke box adds 14 feet for over 65 feet of overall length. In one test, the locomotive produced 6,290 pounds of drawbar horsepower at 41.1 miles per hour, using 100,000 pounds of water and 44,000 pounds of coal in an hour. This is to open and close the firebox doors, but This is to tend the fire. Usually they would only be using an automatic stoker. The doors were normally closed. The temperature in the cab of an operating locomotive was 30 degrees hotter than it was outside. The ash pan and water sprinklers. This is all stuff that would be operated by the firemen. These are stoker controls. This is the stoker booster, the stoker jet, the blower. These like lubricate the sight feed. And this is the water column and gauges. It showed the crew the water level in the boiler. If the water was not visible in the glass, the boiler could explode. They did not keep the boiler sight glass clean, and there was an accident at the Gettysburg Railroad in the 1990s. It is still applicable today. These are the steam gauges. It's basically like everything you would see on your car dashboard, except for steam. It's the stoker. This is the injector controls, and the steam pressure gauges. This is the fireman's seat. He would be like an extra set of eyes, plus he would be watching all of this stuff. And the ash pan and water sprinklers. He tended the fire and produced the steam needed to run this locomotive. You can see it's a mighty fine locomotive. It has 2 sets of cylinders. And that is it.